Hello, everybody, and welcome to this video where today art is dying and I need to vent. Okay? There are people on YouTube who peddle fear, okay? Because they realized that, like, an entire news organization peddled fear and people ate that up. Since people were pieces of shit, peddled fear to become presidents and dictators and rulers and all sorts of other shit. When you find these kind of like beta dudes in their mom's attic, but like they're really wanting to, like, I don't know, be like super alpha dude, it's called projection. When you are constantly saying something and warning people of this thing, it's usually on them. Most people, probably myself included, but most people who make videos on YouTube, like talking about the things you should do and things like that, these people, probably myself included, are doing this because, like, not only is it helping you, but it's helping us as well. The whole reason why we think that this is a good idea to talk about is because it spoke to us as creators. It spoke to us as artists. So now we're like, oh, that's profound. I need to share this. Okay? So when you see somebody who is like doom and gloom about every fucking thing in the world, and then sits there and for a half hour tells you how everything's fucking falling apart, but I have this free PDF that's going to like change everything for you. It's going to fix it. Everything's fine. The entire time this dude talks, he's trying to scare the shit out of you and make you feel like if you don't listen to him, like it's all going to go to shit. Okay? I'm not like talking shit or throwing stones or anything like that, okay? AI is a thing, okay? It's not the end of the world. You just have to be smarter, okay? But it's always been like this. There's always been something that comes up, whether it's paperback books, whether it's Kindle, whether it's CDs or like tape decks that could record music, like with 2 tape decks. What the fuck? You know, Napster, MySpace, the printing press. There's always been something that like has made everyone panic and completely freak out. Okay? This guy is trying to scare everybody. Okay. So one of the arguments this guy makes is that you go to museums and all you do is see people on phones. Okay? I go to museums all the time, and like I might see 1 or 2 people on a phone out of like 100 people. And usually when I see someone on a phone, they're taking a picture of the thing they're looking at. Whether it's a selfie or just a picture of the thing. Like when you see people sitting down in groups doom scrolling in a museum, it's usually because they're waiting for a tour to start. People don't go to a museum, you fucking dork, to sit there and scroll on a phone. Like, scroll a phone on home. Like, why are you going in a big group to a museum to scroll on a phone? It's fucking stupid. It doesn't happen. Okay? So there's that. The second thing is that, yes, there are these installations that are mirrors. But this guy is saying that the mirror installation is so you can see yourself and take a selfie. That's not what the installation's for. The installation is to be, like, I've been in the one that he's talking about, and it's like an infinity room. It's putting yourself into a very small room, but because of the mirrors and the lights that are in it, it makes the room look like it goes on forever. It's an optical illusion. If you're in there and you take a picture, you're in there and you take a picture. That's great. Okay? But that's not what it is. Now, if you think that's what it is, then why don't you just make mirrors? if that's all people want to do. Make mirrors, put a little paint on it, and sell it to people. You said it like 100 times that that's all people want. But then you said your art has to fit on a phone because of China, 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 China. Okay? You're really scared about China. You might not be, but you know that the people who watch your channel, the people you target, are. Because the people you target are people who like watch that kind of news program. Okay? So I'm saying this like this to him, not so much for him, because he's not going to change what he's doing because I said something. He don't give a shit. But I'm telling you, because there are people whose whole mentality in YouTube is to create fear. Now, there's one thing about having a clickbaity title, because, like, clickbait works, and you have to fight other clickbaity titles in order to get people to watch your video. But once you have them, you don't need to keep the fear going. You need to, like, reassure them that everything's okay. So, for those of you watching this, like, it's okay. Like, you're gonna be all right as long as you can, like, transfer stuff into your work. Now, if we're talking just like painting and shit like this, okay? We had a member stream this morning and I was like bawling my eyes out. I wasn't bawling my eyes out. I got teary and choked up. And then I bawled my eyes out after I got off stream. But we were talking about like how spiritual like creating is. And a lot of people, like I'm assuming somebody like that dude doesn't look at creation as a spiritual thing. He looks at it as, I have to do this thing so I could sell this thing and be a famous painter. Okay? Instead of like creating because you're like compelled to, and you are putting your like your essence, your energy, your vibration into wet paint as it dries. So that vibration could match someone else's vibration when they are sitting in front of it. And that is one thing that will not work on a cell phone. Like you'll never be able to have the same experience looking at a cell phone screen as you would if you were standing in front of the piece. Now, if when people look at your art and it's just the same as when they look at it on a phone, then that just shows how fucking hollow you are and that you don't have anything that you're putting into your shit. Like when people see your work, they should have like physical, like emotional reactions. Like it should like, you know? But again, not every piece is for every person and different pieces resonate at different vibrations. Like this is all like shit that we know, okay? It's the same reason why, like, you could look at a painting that, like, isn't that good, like, technically, but, like, you have so much emotion out of it, and then you look at something that, like, somebody you know drew that is, like, a perfect drawing of something, and there's nothing there. It's just like, that is a good drawing. Very nice. But there's nothing there because they didn't put anything into it. So, like, we were having a talk on the members stream this morning about people being afraid or unwilling to talk about when creating art of any kind becomes a spiritual thing. People don't like hearing about being spiritual and shit like that. Whatever, I don't give a shit. You can call it whatever you want. Like, if you want to change the word spiritual to, like, washing dishes, do that. Like, that's fine. I don't care. But understand that that thing is something that exists. It's something that's real. Because you can't figure out why a painting that isn't very good makes you feel, as opposed to a painting that looks amazing but makes you feel nothing. Why does this happen? If you've ever stood in front of a Rothko, you will know. Because a Rothko, it's like paint and paint. but then you stand in front of it and it sucks your fucking soul out of you. And you're like, fuck. That's why those two Basquiat paintings like bring me to tears every time I see them when I go to the Broad, but then the rest of them don't. Why is that? Because those two paintings have a vibrational resonance that like speak to me, that meet me where I'm supposed to be. Do you guys see what I'm saying? It's why certain Warhol pieces do that. Why certain Lichtenstein pieces do that. You know? Like, there are some pieces by some artists that make you feel different. If you never have anyone tell you, like, what your work has done to them, then you haven't done this. And you need to think about it when you're painting, when you're drawing, when you're doing anything. Now, I'm saying it like this because the vibration level is different in an actual piece than it is in a print. So, like, when we're talking about our writing, you're not going to have that same transference. There will be a sense of it, but it won't be as heavy as it would be like if they were reading your handwriting with those words. Does that make sense? Maybe that's what I should start doing. Just writing handwritten poetry books that are just one copy. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Anyway, put a pin in that. But it's like, yes, marketing is a big thing. Okay. Yes. And it's funny too when you hear like how sexually frustrated somebody is when there's a million different ways to market to people. Like, ask any ad agency. They've been doing it for hundreds of years. Okay. There are tons of ways to market to people. But when someone keeps coming back to hot 20-year-olds on their phones, it's like, I wonder what works for this guy. I wonder what kind of ad works for him. Okay, so it's funny. Understand, okay, that like if you see a marketing strategy that works for you, steal like an artist and fucking do that. Copy that and do it. Okay? And like, I did a video a while ago about people stealing. If I remember to put it in, I'll put it up right here. Like, people like downloading your shit and what did he say, in Bangladesh, and putting it on a t-shirt and selling the t-shirt and you not getting any money from that. Don't hate on that. Be stoked that somebody thinks your art is good enough to steal and put on a t-shirt. And then be stoked if that t-shirt sells. And then be stoked if people see somebody wearing that t-shirt, because that's just advertising for you, you dumb putz. Like, I'm not saying you should have all your shit stolen. I'm not saying you should give your stuff away for free. But like, if someone is, even in a shifty, shady fucking way, if someone is willing to help make you a fucking legend, let them fucking do it. Good God. You know that there are companies that pay people. They pay people and then pay for the merchandise and then pay the people to go out and give that merchandise away as swag. There are actual promotion companies whose whole job is to do that for companies. And you're bitching because someone did that for you for free? Fucking hell. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, my friend. Like, that's some free fucking advertising. Who fucking cares? And why are you worried about prints anyway? Like, cool. Sell some signed, numbered prints. And then sell your originals for a shit ton of money. I mean, you've been sitting in front of that one painting for like a year and a half now. Sell it. Do something. Fuck. Anyway. I'm not going to tag the person. I'm not going to link the person because I feel like they are disingenuous and they spread fear and hate. And so I'm not going to do that. It's not hard to find. Like, you could find it very easily. But and probably by watching this video, that video will pop up because YouTube is smart, scary, and weird. Okay. So anyway, if you have any questions about this, leave it in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you think about this. Like, share, comment, subscribe, join the crew down below. Keep buying my books, buy my art. You could go to, I guess I haven't done this yet, mattwallart.com. I'm putting more and more stuff up there. Yeah, so that's all going to be changing soon. And I guess there's a mailing list on there too. If you want to get on a mailing list like that, sure. Prints are coming. And then Los Angeles and Panic, I'm almost out of. Winter Your Mom Sodomy Prize Poetry and The End of Everything, I have a few copies of as well. So let me know if you want those. IHateMattWall.com will be revamped here soon. And I think it's going to have a different name. And the logo is going to change. Okay. Go to Amazon, buy my books too. Type hard, everybody. Join the crew down below. And I will talk to you all later.